Well, boys, here we are, end of the day. It's getting windy and cold. We got everything removed except for the cam and the crankshaft. Reason being, this thing was crusty. As you can see, we're still I still have to get the harmonic balancer bolt off, and then I actually got sidetracked on the way down and was unable to secure a harmonic balancer puller. So next time I'll just rent one from the local auto parts store and get that thing off. Once we do get that, then obviously I'll see what's salvageable under here. The question in the meantime, beyond how bad a shape this engine really is this is really corroded. There's a lot of scale rust came out of here when I pulled the hoses. And that brings us to point number 2, is here's the internal water pump. She is crusty. So how readily available are these? And can I just get in there and replace just this part? Because it looks like, I would imagine that this separates in here, but I can't figure out a way. I would imagine just probably putting a puller on there eventually if this stays intact. Then maybe I can get it off and kind of clean up the internals here and get a new impeller inside. But in the meantime, that thing's a little nasty, a little crusty on the tops of the cylinders. As you can see, there's a nice buildup of crust on there. I would imagine that those are going to be replaced. Everything else looks in good condition for the most part. So now really the question is, since the block is bad, probably look at sourcing new heads, as long as we're going to go with those. Zach identified these as 273s, which he informs me is not exactly powerful. So as long as we're going to be sourcing a block, maybe might be in the best interest to also source some new heads and just sell these as is for parts. Everything else was pretty good. I was actually kind of amazed at the fact that there was not a lot of schmoo in the bottom here of the oil pan, and everything was pretty smooth. Beyond the obvious crack here, we can see that it actually had no effect whatsoever on the pistons. The inner wall of the pistons are fine, i.e. why I got good compression when I tested it a long time ago and like a million videos ago. So this is obviously just the water jacket. It doesn't make it any better. This might as well have a gaping hole in it, but I think that this is a clear-cut example of water damage, and I guess we can go forward with that. I guess this thing's going to be a coffee table at the end of the day. Not much more to it than that. So I'll be starting to do some research, and I have Zach and some Mopar gurus helping me out. So if anyone has any ideas, or especially a 340 block laying around, please let me know.